Hey guys, what's up? So I am hoping that you guys are okay. I'm hoping that, well, I should say, I hope you are okay. And I hope that you have been, settling in really nicely. I mean, you would have just completed your pre-work and hopefully you would have spoken to me about any question that you have or anything like that, because of course, that is the point of this, making sure that I can support you in all of this, right? So with that said, welcome to your first actual training. So of course, this is Digital Dominators Club. And yeah, with this first training, I hope that, you sit down, you take the notes that you need to take, so that, you receive the clarity and the confidence that you need in relation to our overall goal, which is to get you to dominate digital, right? And so with that said, we are going to go ahead and just do a quick overview, right? So packaging, positioning, and promoting on digital, right? Because of course, packaging, positioning, and promoting on digital literally lines out the overall curriculum of this program. Remember, it's 6 months in totality, right? So with that said, now I want to just give you a brief overview before we get into today's lesson, right? So first and foremost, I believe it's important for us to understand the difference between the three, right? Three meaning packaging, positioning, and promoting, right? So in terms of packaging in very, very short words, right, is what is being served, right? What is the thing that's put together to be served to persons for the point or the intent of them purchasing that. You get me? Or taking it in or whatever, right? So of course we're gonna be spending 2 months on that. Then no, positioning, right? Who is it being served to and how is it being served, right? And it's important to answer these questions. And as much as we're just spending a month on it, that's because we need to, get that secure so that we can move into promotions, right? But it's important to recognize who you're serving these things to, because if you don't know who you're serving these things to, then just saying your messaging will be off. The type, how you put the thing together will be off, like legit, right? So it's important to recognize, funny enough, that packaging and positioning literally feed into each other. But of course, they all feed into each other anyway. So promoting, that's where it comes in, making others aware of what is being served. So you see where that literally feeds into it, right? And who will benefit from it, of course, that feeds into the positioning and how to access it. You want to make sure that people know how they can sign up or people know where they can buy the products, or you get me? So like, yeah. So with that said, as you can imagine, that's the bulk of where the work is. And so that's 3 months. So I'm gonna make sure that you are receiving the type of support you need in developing a plan of action to promote with that confidence and to tweak where necessary and all of these things, right? So with that said, that's just a real quick overview. And I'm hoping that, in very short terms, you get the difference between them and you see how they interlink. Because remember, everything in digital, literally, everything pretty much in marketing and branding and sales, literally interlink. So it's important for us to recognize